Hey guys,
Hey.
we're recording now. This is live. We're gonna start here, and we're never gonna stop.
Like never?
Nope.
Jeez.
It's good content.
Y'all motherfuckers want to talk a whole lot when we're not recording, and then as soon as the button goes
Now
off, you're
I'm
like,
nervous.
"Oh no, I'm scared."
Correct.
What, you think the 4 people that listen to this are gonna judge you?
Yes.
Yes,
Probably.
absolutely.
One of them's my dad.
Half of the people are parents, apparently.
My parents don't understand how to use technology. They'll never hear this.
All you gotta do is go to Spotify and search it up.
My mom did give out our business cards.
Wow.
And she was like, under the assumption that the QR code was only good for one thing.
Oh no.
So she's like, if I give it to somebody and they use it, I'll need more cards to give out.
Oh.
And I was like, well, no, that you can just continuously scan the same QR code. It's fine. It'll keep working.
It's not an NFT.
And then she's like, well, can you bring me more so I can have them scan them? So she still doesn't get it, but she's trying.
Yeah.
Well, she's trying.
She's probably generated more potential listeners than anyone else, which is pretty neat.
Yeah.
Because she works at a gas station.
That's true.
It's like, hey, you want to buy your...
Someone come in and be like, yeah, can I get 10 on 5? And you're like, yeah, sure. Listen to this podcast.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh, cool.
Word of mouth.
But I don't even think she understands it's a podcast. She thinks that it's part of like my start playing games.
Oh.
So she thinks that they can like scan the card to play the game, I think. I'm not really quite sure what I think that she thinks it is.
So there's a lot of confusion all around.
Yeah, but it all comes from the heart.
It
Yeah,
does.
it's sweet that
No,
she's trying.
it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Here's where P is stored.
No, it's stored in the balls.
All right.
I can't wait to cut all of this out.
We're all here because we care about you very much.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So what better way to start the session than what you guys have been yelling at me about for the last couple of weeks, which is how come we had to do questions and interviews and you didn't have to?
Because we know you're a big old baby.
Yeah, that's fair. So I'll open the floor, and maybe we'll even cut this and add it as like a pre-part and whatever.
Maybe we should do that.
We'll see.
We'll release episode 0.5.
Yeah, 0.5.
Yeah.
Which is the size of at least 2 things in this room.
Context, please, for the...
Stop squeaking the chair.
I didn't mean to.
Well, stop it. I'll make you sit on the hard wooden chair.
That one probably squeaks worse.
Is that the black chair or is that one of the green chairs?
It's one of the green ones.
I wonder if that's the one that John Michael broke.
Is that the one why it squeaks?
It probably is.
It could very well be.
'Cause I don't think it's this one.
Was it? Okay.
Well,
Yeah, I think it might be this one.
yeah, that's fair. If you fall, I'm going to laugh a whole lot, but it's John Michael's fault. Actually, it's Mitchell's fault, but...
Yeah, well, it's Mitchell's fault.
Kiwi's under me, so
Oh, so she's going to die.
she's gonna die.
I mean, John Michael still sits in that chair, doesn't he?
He does.
So, like,
Did you just throw your candy wrapper on my floor?
He sits in that chair because he sees it as some sort of penance for breaking it.
That's fair. Didn't
Yeah.
you sit in a broken chair for a long time?
For a
Same
long time, Wes.
It feels okay.
That's what she said. All right, go ahead. What questions you got? Apparently, you came up with lists.
Yeah, let's go around the room. Let's
Okay.
start on this side.
Let's start with Chris.
No, we're starting...
Why don't you, before you start talking, why don't you introduce yourself?
No, we done did that.
We already... I feel like we did that.
Yeah, but you can do it again so we can kill time.
This is like college. Are you going to ask me for like a fun fact about myself?
Can we talk about that's like the worst thing to happen as soon as
Yeah,
you start
100%.
class? All right,
forget
let's
every single thing I've ever liked in my entire life.
let's go around the room and tell us 3 interesting facts about yourself.
it really-
Well, I'm a college student. I'm in this class, and this makes me very uncomfortable. Next person, please.
You should play it like 2 truths and a lie. Like, see how weird you can get with it and see if people believe it.
It sucked because like me and Wes were in the same classes for a long time, and every time it stopped once we got into the 200 to 300 levels. But like every 100 level class, it was like introduce yourself, say a fun thing about yourself. I'm like, yeah, I've already done this with the same group of people 8 times, man. Like I'm gonna know their life stories.
Go ahead, Chris. Say the line.
The line.
Okay.
See, I feel like at that point, though, like, you should start trying to steal other people's Like,
Oh yeah.
like you know, like this person's gonna just say the same 3 things over and over again. Just try and steal them like right before they go, and then if they just say the same things, you're like, come on, dude, you really got to put in some effort.
Did you come up with
Just
something
copy
else?
me.
Are we really gonna do this? Are we really gonna introduce ourselves again?
No.
Okay, cool.
You're okay.
Hey Nick,
Hey.
I have a question for you.
Okay, sure.
How long have you been playing tabletop role playing games?
That sounds like a question that you prepared ahead of time.
I'm looking at my list.
Oh, you actually wrote a list.
No, man.
Oh,
I did.
did you really?
Yeah.
I'm proud of you for doing something for once. Thank you for taking time away from Fire Emblem.
I feel like you're dodging the
No, I
question.
did this when we first talked about it. I was like, hey, why don't everybody
Oh.
write a list and we kind of compare so we don't ask the same questions.
Okay.
Was mine on there, Josh? Was mine on your list?
No.
Speaking of my question,
Yeah. How long have I been playing tabletop games?
yeah.
I don't know. It's been a while.
Okay.
I'm thinking that it's been about, let's see, it's 2023.
Yeah.
Probably about 8 or 9 years, I guess.
How long have you been running though?
That's, I think it's longer than that.
No. Because I didn't play anything until a friend of ours named Andrew started working at Home Depot where Josh and I both worked. And he was like, hey, you should play these games. And we're like, what do you know? And then it turned out he knew a whole lot. And we started playing in a Curse of Strahd game with him. And we were all terrible and awful and didn't know what we were doing. The first session I showed up and I didn't make a character sheet. I was just like, I'll just write down my character on this piece of lined paper because I didn't know what to expect. I did buy dice though. And then we played a little bit and then that game stopped. That's about the time. Probably 8, I guess 8 years or so.
I think
Okay.
it's been 7 or 8 because
7.
I was a department head at the time.
Maybe.
That-
I started running games. We moved into this house in 2015, so I think I probably started running them in 2015 or 2016
You'd only lived in this house for a year before I met you? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
because we bought this house before I started going to school
Okay.
to university.
That actually like really surprises me because I had always been under the impression that you had played for like a while before I
look
came
at
to
that.
the table.
It looks like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean,
Damn.
but like, hey, guess what? I didn't know. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons longer than you guys.
Hey, look at that.
Ugh.
So yeah, does that answer your question?
I think it does, yeah.
So,
Cool.
yep.
Josh, you want to pull one from your list?
Yeah. What was it? If you could have any creature from any of the like D&D from Cobalt Press or anything like that as a pet, what would it be?
Why do I feel like you just Googled questions and then added
I
them
did
to a
not
list?
actually.
Is this like a pet the same way I see my cats, or could it be more than that?
It could.
Oh Lord.
It's got to be like your cat.
Oh.
The only reason I thought about that question is because because you're an animal lover.
Does it have to be from D&D specifically?
No, like it could be from any of that.
What if it's just like a fictional creature?
A Skittermander.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love
But
to have like
that's
a
a
little
person.
Skittermander
But
bro.
they're intelligent.
Okay, well my cats are dumb, so it makes up for it. I guess I shouldn't. I mean, okay, so like they wouldn't be
meet
like a
them in the
pet.
middle.
Maybe like a fancy roommate.
Like a fancy roommate. That's a spouse, Nick.
I mean,
Would you marry a Skittermander?
I don't think so.
I don't think I would either.
I do have a controversial question for you.
Oh boy.
Why do you keep throwing candy wrappers on my floor?
I keep trying for the bag. I'm sorry. But I will let Wes or Melissa ask the next question. Make up one.
Okay, I mean, no, I thought of one. So we've had a lot of discussion at the table about different classes in Dungeons and Dragons, and multiple of us have our preferences and favorite classes. For instance, Josh likes a paladin for some reason, and I'm more partial to a ranger. Do you have a favorite class?
I do.
Which is?
Are we talking about sitting down and playing 5th edition?
I think any, just in general.
Because my 5th edition answer is going to be very different than my Pathfinder 1 or 2 answer.
Okay, well, hit us with both either.
5th edition is definitely a druid.
I did not expect that.
Yeah, that was my first character, especially with all the options you have for druids now. Like, it's such a flexible class. You wanna run heals as a druid, they got something for that. You want to run tank as a druid, they got something for that. You want to run elemental destruction, you got something for that. So yeah, probably druid. I feel similar to clerics just because I like the flexibility, but being able to turn into animals is cool.
Be a big old bear.
Yeah, I like being a bear.
All right.
For Pathfinder, I think getting first edition Inquisitors are really cool. I play a rogue in my second edition game right now, but I have a sort of like war priest cleric set up as a backup character. So those are probably some favorites.
Okay.
I feel like it's more about the character than the class. I like playing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's why I play so often.
More often than any of us.
Yeah. I get to play a game once a week.
Crazy. I just run one once a week.
Anyone else have questions?
Oh, I have plenty.
Oh jeez. How long is this going to be?
An hour.
I
maybe,
made-
maybe
I
an
made
hour,
like
maybe
10 questions.
Maybe like a couple.
This
more.
is
Wes
the part-
did ask one of the questions.
We do not need to burn through all of Josh's questions.
all right.
Absolutely.
I thought of another question as well, but it was one Chris asked.
This is the point in the episode where you can skip forward because this is all it's going to be, and I'm sorry that you have to listen to it, but at least it's free for now.
Jesus.
All right, I'm going to ask the most crucial question. And this one would probably give you either the most love or most hate.
You gonna ask me what my favorite die is?
No.
Oh,
Favorite toppings on a pizza.
Ooh.
oh man, that's a good one.
That's a good
I don't
one.
know that I have favorite toppings, but I'm not super against a whole lot of toppings. I think like classic cheese and pepperoni is solid if it's good pepperoni, not from like a number of chain places.
But the question is...
But like the little pepperonis are probably my favorite topping. But I'll tell you what, a good mushroom pizza, fantastic.
Nice.
Is this an indirect way to ask me if I think pineapple belongs on pizza?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. If you like it, that's great. I like it, but
Nice.
people are okay to like what they want, and you can or not like it.
Okay.
I came up with another question.
Go ahead.
Hell yeah.
So,
How come I asked you questions about like your characters, and you're over here asking me questions about fucking pizza?
I mean, I have questions about those. I just
Oh, okay.
I have questions about DM and
giving
and all
other
like that.
people a turn.
Okay, go ahead, Wes.
So, many of us at this table have DM before. And I feel like there's always some DM bias in like when I've run games. I always know whose player character is my favorite,
Uh huh.
and you've already gotten to know our backstories, and we've talked some about our characters to you. Just starting out, who do you think is your favorite player character?
Based solely off of the information I've been given, I think it's probably Chris's.
I'm flattered.
But at the same time, Chris's character is also the squishiest, so he's most likely, or they're most likely to die first. So I'm sort of spewed. I'm sort of split on that.
Dang, it's a shame our party doesn't have a healer.
Yeah. Well,
Wait a minute. Never mind.
yeah.
I have one.
Okay, go ahead.
So I know to you that gaming is kind of like an escape type deal, but what specifically brought you to tabletop role-playing games as opposed to board games, card games, puzzles?
Okay, I like those things as well, but I think the illusion of choice makes a big difference. Being able to sort of do whatever you want in kind of like a sandboxy setting is really cool versus like playing a board game or a card game is fun, but a lot of times like the more basic ones don't have that sort of freedom, right? Especially if you're playing, I don't know, Uno.
We'll just get the gang together and do a podcast about Uno one time.
I don't have Uno.
But did you know
But
that
no,
you
it
can't
came free
stack
on your
draw
Xbox.
fours?
No, I don't have it on my Xbox. What was your question, Josh?
No, you can't stack draw fours in Uno.
Okay.
Did you know
What's that meme that goes around that's like, all right, you made the game, but we'll take it from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think I like the freedom that tabletop games give. There are some board games that do that too. And then there are like some nice little, hybrid things. Gloomhaven comes to mind, where,
Yeah.
you have scenarios and stuff like that, and you don't really have, I guess maybe like in the rules as written of that game, you don't really have a lot of like role play stuff, but I feel like you as players can sort of expand on that. So I think just, anything that kind of gives you that escape is cool.
Freedom.
Yeah, plus it's comparable to like, RPG video games. Playing Oblivion is super fun.
Except you don't have a bunch of canned voice lines.
Yeah, that's true too. I guess that's one of the issues is that those games really do give you the illusion of choice, where you have all of these sort of paths set up, but they all lead to the same part. Looking at you, Mass Effect.
I love the Citadel. What are you talking
That's
about?
great. It's a great series.
I'm assuming you've been prepping for this for a minute. At least a minute.
Yeah, ever since the way to and home from PAX
Okay.
Unplugged.
What would you say? Like, not even. Let's look beyond this particular campaign and this particular setting. What are you looking forward to most about this whole Unstable Top project in general?
Getting to play lots of games with my friends.
Oh.
Aw.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you too.
No.
well, fuck you.
Oh yeah, probably that. Being able to have everyone sort of put their best foot forward and do what we normally do in our home games, but share it for other people to listen to and judge us appropriately.
Oh, I'm sure that'll take place.
Yeah.
Cool. It's a very sufficient answer.
I also like the idea of like having a logo that we can put on stuff, and then possibly see that logo in places. I think that's really cool.
You just want to do a live show where a bunch of people are wearing Unstable Top shirts?
No, because I'd get nervous. But like, it's really cool. The 3 times I think it's happened in my life where we went somewhere and I've seen like a band sticker. And I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
hey, that's my band. I know that. That's cool. That's, or like getting recognized. I guess the one time that's happened, it's just it's neat.
Yeah.
Plus being able to like share, the passion for what it is. 'Cause
Word.
TTRPGs are neat. But I'm glad that they're not as shunned as they were at one point.
What has been your favorite moment as a DM?
Is there a reason that you have to whisper it into the mic?
Yeah.
Like-
I don't feel like talking very loud.
Like we're on NPR?
Hi everyone, welcome to
Yeah.
Unstable Top of the new NPR production.
Okay, well.
Tiny desk. I'm sorry, Josh. Ask that
But
question
yeah,
again.
what has been your favorite moment as a DM?
My favorite moment, like in specific games or just overall, or
Like in games.
In
Like,
games.
If something has happened.
What if we limited games that we've been in?
yeah, you guys want me to talk about my
Yeah, can you talk about all your really cool start playing games?
yeah. Well, let me tell you about the Rime of the Frost Maiden game we played, which was wonderful. And those players are so good. I wish they were here.
Oh, all right.
Instead of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Ouch.
What's the last game that we all played together?
Storm King's Thunder.
Okay, that was a while ago,
It's
but
been a long time.
sure.
Avernus?
Melissa wasn't in Avernus.
Oh, yeah.
I think probably for Storm King, it was the spoilers. It was the part in that game post Fire Giant Mines, where you all were fighting the Primordial Titan, and like Josh's character jumped out of the airship and like fought it, and then died, and everyone was sort of sad that he died, and then we kind of remembered after everyone was sad that he had been death warded.
I do remember that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that was like a big win, especially for Melissa, because that was the first time that I think they had really played something like that. So being able to sort of draw the success back to this casting of something that may have just been, for naught was really cool. I think that was a really cool part of that game.
I saved everybody. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Oh, that was also my favorite encounter in that
Yeah.
game.
Avernus. Well, no, for Storm King, it was also fun watching your character be afraid of the dragons for the entire combat, like in the last fight, and not doing anything.
Ooh,
That
yeah.
was- that was
every time we
I
fought a
love
dragon, though.
I love wasting my time in the corner.
Yeah. In Avernus, probably, as much as it pains me, probably Josh's character again soloing the hill.
Should have never happened.
It shouldn't have. I really should have started lying about my die rolls, but it wasn't working out, and I had to take it for what it was. The dice have a story to tell.
Bad story.
I mean, you know.
It worked
Random
out.
is random.
Also, your first character dying. I think that was a really not that I'm glad that they died, but it was a really, I think, important sort of turning point in that story.
I think it was very important
Yeah.
for Wes's character.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, so in that campaign,
What a death.
Chris and I's characters were twins,
Twin goblins.
twin goblins. And Chris died in a very heroic manner, or they were salt and pepper. Pepper died in a very heroic manner.
Yeah, I guess so. Definitely had to mark down their alignment change in their last few seconds from chaotic evil to chaotic neutral.
Yeah, but that's sort of one of the effects of there. You don't have much control over that if you're down there long enough.
Yeah. Well, let's walk that back for a second. I'm pretty sure it said chaotic evil on my sheet before we ever went down.
Okay, that's fair. In our current game, not that Melissa plays in that game, but in our current game where we're playing Dead Sons for Starfinder, favorite moment probably when I made Chris cry. When he gave me this backstory and I used it against him for character development, it made him cry.
Yeah, how dare I?
I've also used Wes's backstory against him for character development on multiple occasions, but it hasn't made him cry. But that was like a really rewarding thing because I went through I put a lot of time into that and a lot of effort into like finding the right voice actor for that scene and then writing the scene and then having him record it and working with him on that and then kind of like mixing the different sound in the background so I could turn it into like an audio log instead of just some guy talking. That was a lot. I was really excited for that.
Yeah, I put a lot of work into those tears. A lot of my body water went into that.
Yeah, I could tell.
A lot of my salt.
I'm also really proud of the sort of end piece that I've written for that, and hopefully everything turns out the way that I think it will.
Yeah, don't worry, we're all gonna die next time we play.
Maybe.
Dude, probably.
You guys done with questions?
I think.
No? Go ahead.
No? Okay.
What you got?
So, first of all, I have a jump off a question
We're gonna jump off of a
from that
bridge.
one.
Well, let me jump off of your jump off with my own jump off.
Me first.
Okay.
A, are you going to try to make anybody cry in this campaign? And B, who do you think is going to cry first?
That's not fair.
I don't have any intention of making somebody cry right now, but I feel like if it happens, it happens. If I see an opportunity for it and the story allows it, then I'll definitely do it. Who do I think will cry first? I think your character has given me a lot of ammo for the backstory that I
Yeah,
could
some
probably.
tragedy.
Yeah, I think you give me just the right amount of tragedy that I can turn it against you. But I've made Chris cry once, so I know it can be done.
Kick him while he's down.
Yeah, exactly.
My real question.
Gotta hope so.
So, most of the D&D campaigns are in medieval type settings,
Yeah.
and Starfinder's the future.
Space fantasy,
Future-
sci-fi
future
fantasy.
space. What setting do you prefer? Do you prefer older, more medieval, or futuristic?
So do I
spacey?
prefer like sort of classic fantasy or something else? Like what's my preferred setting?
Yeah.
I guess probably like time frame as opposed to setting.
It's more like, classic battle axes and
Yeah.
spells and stuff versus
Laser guns and ships.
yeah,
Okay.
more futuristic weapons.
I think all of them are neat. I think there's cool things about each one. I like sort of the accessibility for just fantasy. I think low fantasy is pretty cool, where it's kind of a more realistic take. I like high fantasy too, but probably not as much. And then I'm not super into, at least right now, I'm not super into like the kind of like fantasy technology, like steampunk-esque stuff.
Like Shadowrun stuff.
Maybe I'm thinking more like Ravnica,
Okay.
which may be very close, but I just don't think that's for me currently. I haven't really found myself in those systems or that kind of setting yet. But I also really like the Starfinder setting, like the sci-fi fantasy. I think is really cool, and then like the cyberpunk setting, I think that's neat too. So I don't really have a preference though. I like to dabble.
Word.
Do you have a question, Chris?
Go ahead.
So this one, what has been your favorite module of like anything, like Dead Suns?
I thought you were talking about modules in Foundry.
Yeah, what's your favorite Foundry module?
Yeah.
Let me pull up the list.
Dice So Nice.
It's Dice So Nice, the one that we can't use because somebody's playing on a tablet and it doesn't work for some reason.
Because like my favorite module that we've played has been Avernus. Actually, I enjoyed that one quite a lot with that whole dynamic.
Okay, so there's probably, I don't know that I have a favorite, because sort of standard 5th edition is the most popular thing.
Yeah.
I've played that most of all. I think Curse of Strahd is probably top tier, especially if you've run it a couple times or you really put the extra effort into it. As much flack as Dead Suns gets for kind of being like the first AP and there being some issues and like some railroading, I think that's super fun. I like that story a lot. Everything we've played, I don't know that there's anything that I've played that I haven't liked. There's a lot of like indie stuff too. I mean, we're playing Kobold Press stuff now with Empire of the Ghouls, and reading through it, I really like this. And then like they're like little pre-prepared adventures that are just a couple sessions long are really neat. Product placement. Give us money. I'm just kidding. Just like post us on your Twitter. That would be cool. That would be very cool. Pay us an exposure, please. So yeah, I don't really have a preference. I don't think I've played a module that I haven't liked. Some modules I think need a little more work, depending on the group you're playing with. So you have to put in a little more effort. At least I did, but it is what it is.
What is that for Dead Suns, or are you talking about a different?
I think all of them, right? I don't want to grab a book and just run it word for word out of the book, because I don't know. I think when I run the modules, I want them to be a little more unique to the group.
Yeah.
Anyone can pick up the book and read it and get the gist of the adventure, but like when you're playing it, you want some changes. And then if somebody's already ran through the adventure before, I don't want them to play through the same game again.
I find that whenever I run games like that, and I know I'm jumping off of it, but like pre-canned adventures and stuff like that, I always end up deviating extremely far as we get in. It's like, wow, this was never supposed to happen, but the players really wanted to do it, so why not?
Yeah, I mean, if that's the path they're going to take,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say no.
Sure.
There's tons of stuff in our Starfinder game that you guys have found yourselves in that is not covered by the AP. It's outside of the scope of the adventure, but you guys push that way, so we had to make it work. Because what fun is it if you get to a part and it's like, sorry, you can't do that.
But one thing that I've always respected you as a DM for is I feel like you always do a really good job of like tying in our characters' backstories into the campaign in ways that feel natural.
Sure. Yeah. I've had a lot of sort of like listening to other DMs and see how they do stuff, and I found out that what better way to make the game fun than to connect backstories into the main game, like because you exist in this world, so why shouldn't you have some kind of impact? Like you're here, unless you're some sort of strange, I've never been here before type character, you should have something.
Yeah.
You got another one, Josh?
I do have one more actually.
Okay.
One more.
Yep, this will be the last one. It's not actually on my list. I thought about it.
Ooh,
We're up to 29 minutes.
it's a good.
Almost 30 minutes.
That's a good episode 0.5.
That includes all of the bullshit at the beginning
Oh,
where we were
shit.
just, talking. So,
If it's interesting, you could leave it in.
hey, shout out to Chris's dad who I think suggested this.
Yeah, thanks, Dad.
Yeah, thanks, Chris's dad. You're a neat guy.
His name's Kevin.
Kevin, well, I know a Kevin too. Kevin, that's Chris's dad. You're a cool guy. Kevin, that's not Chris's dad. I hope you're listening to this too. You're a cool guy too.
I do love the idea that like right now we've created a podcast and we're specifically talking to one viewer, and that viewer is Chris's dad. How are you doing, Chris's dad?
Yeah.
I would like you to show you the anchor metrics to see how many people have listened to this show.
Yeah, no, it's and you know, we really care about the community. Like Melissa's friend that posted on one of her things about it that I had a nice voice. That made me feel so
I
good.
do remember you saying that.
Yep. I started following her on Instagram because of that.
Oh, Grace.
Yes.
It gave me a good laugh, and I enjoyed it, hearing about it. But the question, you made your own homebrew like setting.
I did.
We played a little bit in Isdale.
I did.
Is that something that we could go back to during the podcast if Empire of the Girls works?
Do you mean in this same campaign or is something separate?
Like in the future.
Like, hi, we're gonna start another podcast series, and it's gonna be in this world.
Well,
Let's assume that like you wrote Isdale with the intention of having more than one story to tell there.
Yes.
Did you? Or
Was
did
it-
you write Isdale with that particular story in mind?
So I developed it initially with a story for the game that we were playing, which then got
We need mute buttons.
thrown to the side during COVID, when we stopped meeting in person, and we kind of had to figure out what to do, and none of us were really used to like VTTs or at the time Roll20 or anything like that. We had to kind of start from scratch, and you know, we didn't, so we just kind of stopped playing that. And then when we talked about maybe going back to it, when we got back together to play in person, we decided to play and run something else, which is fine. So there is an initial story during one of the weeks we were playing in person, and I think Wes wasn't here. We had done a little bit of like a prequel adventure,
Oh, right.
and there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes with that. So there are things that exist there that you would have never touched probably during our main campaign. So I would say it's a possibility if that's something that people were interested in.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff there. I spent a lot of time designing that map and all those things and writing the history and, you know, plagiarizing a bunch of works of fiction for it. Sure.
I'm going to jump off another question.
Maybe one day.
Would you be interested in writing and publishing your own adventures?
No. Probably not. It's too much work.
It is a lot of
It is, no, because like I, especially with all of the drama that's been going on in the last couple of weeks in like the tabletop space, I feel like one of the positives of that was the emphasis that got put on independent creators and how much they do, writers and artists and designers, and just how much work I mean, people, this is their full-time job, and if it's not their full-time job, it's their full-time passion. I just don't think I have any of what I would need to do that, at least by myself.
To be continued.
Yeah, I'd rather just run games for you guys.
What about when we branch off into unstable top publishing?
Oh boy.
What?
Yeah.
Well, we haven't even put out episode 1.
Yeah, well, we're going to get to that.
Hey, dream big.
Dream reasonable.
you know when they talk about reaching for the stars, yeah, Chris, don't do that.
If everyone reaches for the stars, well, then there's no one left on Earth.
Yeah, that is correct.
Is that it? You guys done?
I think
I am done.
I would like to take a break now because I have to pee.
Can you stop creaking your chair?
I was hoping that wouldn't go into it anyway. I don't want everybody knowing I gotta pee.
Nope, that's part of the
Oh no,
experience.
that goes in
how
there.
how dare they know you have bodily functions?
If you'd like to buy their socks,
Oh boy.
perhaps you'd like to buy Chris's socks or Wes's socks or maybe even Josh's socks.
I really like my socks. I don't want anyone to buy them.
Well, someone else might feel that same way.
Oh well, I guess it depends on how much they're gonna pay me. I could buy new socks.
Yeah, but pay you enough to get 2 pairs of socks.
Oh my gosh.
That's double on your investment.
Yeah.
So if
I
you guys
also like my socks.
if you guys are done asking questions, I have a question for you.
No,
Okay,
it's too
yeah.
late. You've
Yeah,
done.
sure.
You've done.
No,
Asked
no,
those
go
No,
ahead.
no, because I was
Ask
gonna
your
I was
question.
gonna ask this earlier, but then Melissa asked a different question and they went first, so I'm gonna bring it back. Would you rather have hands for penis,
No, dude.
or would you rather have a penis for hands?
Oh my goodness.
I had one request.
I broke it. All right, I guess you guys don't have to answer that yet, but one day you will have to answer that question, and that will be what's decided when the overlords take over the planet. And they're going to listen to this document and say, sorry, Wes, you said you wanted it like this, so we're going to make the switch. All right, we've wasted almost 36 minutes. I think that's enough.
I think we did it.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.